What's going on, guys? So I've had a string of bad luck this week. It's gotten better. Everything's working now. I've had 12-hour shift after 12-hour shift, and I haven't been able to upload all week. And then I finally get off decent time, on an overtime day, this, that, and the third. Get in here, and I'm about to fire everything up. And guess what? I realize something's wrong with the mic. It's for some reason picking up through the camera. I finally get that fixed. I'm seeing a bit of a spike popping up while I was trying to record, and realized it was the ceiling fan, just kind of rattling around, making a bunch of noise. And then when I went to cut it off, this almost hit me in the face. So I took that off, or left that off. I'm not going to put it back on. And everything was good. Yeah, I'm great. About to fire up. And yeah, the computer locked up. Don't know why. I don't know what was going on. It just would not let me edit anything. I couldn't do anything. Everything was messed up. I just couldn't put anything in my editor. Couldn't actually record a whole lot. Audio was just getting all messed up. Rebooted everything. Everything's good now. Okay, hopefully everything's good. Now, for anybody that's been subbed, this would be probably sub 100 sub time, okay? This is way back. When I was first coming back, actually trying to do YouTube videos, this, that, and the third, what happened was I did a rant video, basically just talking about bad drivers. And anybody that has to do any type of traveling for work, whether you're traveling for 10 minutes, 10 hours, 15 minutes, whatever it may be, whatever, period of time, you will understand there's bad drivers everywhere, especially if you run on an interstate. It's pretty hard to mess up, but guess what? You're all going one direction. People still find a way to mess that up. And here's somebody, and I'm assuming it's not satire. I didn't see anything where it was just a joke video, but we're just going to assume it's not and hope that I don't get proved wrong. But this guy decides to tell everybody very loudly and wrong that he had the right of way, this, that, and the other, which I'm going to tell you right now, he didn't have.
So I got the dash cam footage from the insurance company here, but that's me in the black truck. And this trucker would not let me over. He would not let me merge. I have the right of way. And he sent me right under another truck.
Now, if you couldn't catch already, he's already wrong, thinking that he has the right to merge. If you don't know, at least in the U.S., as far as I know, throughout most, if not all 50 states, when you're on an interstate, you are not guaranteed a merge. You're just not. The people on the interstate, they're doing what they got to do. They're traveling, doing whichever thing they need to. But when you're coming from another road for a merge to the interstate, you're not guaranteed a merge. Okay, now courtesy, common courtesy type deal. This just comes from driver to driver, person to person, peer to peer, basically. They can move over to let you over. But guess what? This is a screenshot from a quick little Google search to let you know that this is somewhere, at least factual in most of the states, if not all. Vehicles already on the highway have the right of way. A merging vehicle must yield to them, which they will have yield signs everywhere. As the merging driver, it's your responsibility to find a safe gap in the traffic and merge smoothly into the flow of traffic. Don't stop on the ramp. Do not stop on the ramp or in the acceleration lane unless absolutely necessary, which would have been in this situation. If you would have sped up a little more, you probably would have been able to catch it, but you didn't. And obviously, in situations where two lanes merge into one, considering using the zipper merge technique while drivers alternate between two lanes to allow vehicles to merge smoothly, unless it's your specific lane that's cut off. Let's go ahead and say that. If it's the left lane cutting off, you're supposed to go over to the right. If somebody's already in the right, you are to slow down or speed up and get the hell out of the way. However you need to, but that is how it works, okay? Pretty simple. I grew up knowing this. Everybody's supposed to know this. And if you're going from like the right lane, you're going this way and you got to go across into a merge, guess what? That vehicle usually has the right of way. And if you're coming from the other way to merge, you don't. You have a yield sign. I don't know if people know that, but at least around the area I am, when you're going from an underpass to jump over to get that way, you have the right of way while the other people do not. Hey, post edit here. Yeah, I kind of fudged up a little bit in my explanation when rewatching it. Obviously, I made a boo-boo. The oncoming traffic obviously has the right of way in this situation. Okay, when you're jumping across, you can't jump across with traffic coming. Only when there's traffic, like their blinkers on and stuff, if they're merging. And if you don't use your blinker to merge, you're a jackass. You're just trying to withhold the person so you can get up in the lane, like, 5 seconds quicker? But yeah, if there's oncoming traffic coming straight through, you can't jump across and have the right of way. Obviously, the traffic that's coming from that way will have the right of way, and if they're merging, you get the right of way in the merge. Just clarifying before everybody's like, you got it wrong. Pretty simple. They have yield signs. It's not hard. I understand a lot of people can't read. But if you have a license, you should already know this. At least some comprehension.
Look what he did in my pickup truck. Like, freaking ridiculous. And then the cops show up and say it's my fault. Like, it's not my fault, obviously. He had to let me over. It's my right of way.
Now, I'm going to be honest. I definitely can tell if people would think this is satire. I'm still kind of on the fence about that. It very well could be. I couldn't find any source saying that it was or wasn't. I couldn't literally find anything on it other than I just found the video. And for the people that are going to say, well, in my town, technically, you know, this is how we do merging, this, that, and the other. You can suck my whole chode and zip it up when you're done. I don't care. Okay, that is a simple Google search. The AI definitely looks over a lot of things to see the actual law and whatnot. I'm not going to pull out specific laws, specific sections and codes and all that. I'm not doing all that. All right, that's what Google's for. It's supposed to be pretty easy and a blanket thing. You just Google it, look it up, boom, it can give you things. Information's there. It's pretty simple. I'm not going to sit here and go through every source and tag them below just so you can say, well, technically in this one state, in this one town, in this one spot, they don't have a yield sign and you're supposed to get over, blah, 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 blah. I don't care, okay? It's a common courtesy, 100%. Like I said, it's a common courtesy to get over, get out of the way, let people through. But it's also common sense to try to find a gap. If you can't find a gap, you need to slow yourself down, you need to stop, whatever you need to do. It is what it is. That happens. I've been in that situation. The worst times that can actually happen is like those little I'm not going to call it roundabout. I forget what they're called. But essentially, they're roundabouts to me, okay? It's where you get on an off-ramp, you can hit the other off-ramp, kind of circle around, and keep circling around. You know the ones I'm talking about, where you can stay on the highway, they got them on both sides, where you just kind of do another loop. But those are really bad. I've been stuck on one where I couldn't get out because diesels were just like fighting for the lane, and I can't stop at that point because it's a real bad spot to stop. So I just did a loop, came around, did a loop, came around, did a loop, did 3 more, and got back to where I was going. It was tedious and annoying, but I did it because it was the best choice at hand. Because sometimes you just got to do what you got to do because, yeah, diesel drivers suck ass sometimes. I don't know why, but sometimes they want to pass each other going 63 and a fifth. And when they're doing that, so, well, you know what? I'm going barely faster than this guy. Now we're going to take up 2 lanes for the next 10 miles and probably won't even end up, doing anything. They may pass each other. And sometimes, and this is the worst thing, is when it happens and they go to pass and it takes them 10 miles and then they slow down and that vehicle speeds up for whatever fucking reason and they get back over. So they just clog traffic up for like 10 miles and you'll have a group of people, like 30 of them, all pissed off. I'm included. I'm probably going to be, because I'm fat, 2 of those people out of the 30 pissed off because you've held up traffic for no reason other than you thought you could pass at half a mile an hour faster. Diesel drivers, you got to do better than that, man. I mean, for real. Yeah, I know y'all got a lot of shit to deal with on the highway and a lot more dumb people, but that has got to be the dumbest thing you guys do all the time. I get when you can't, like, get over. You go to the left lane as much as you can to allow people to merge as much as you can. I understand that. My neighbor's a diesel driver. He tells me this stuff, okay? I understand some of the, stuff y'all got to deal with. But the passing thing, come all you, we need to have a talk. But like I said, if this is real, this is an unhinged moron. And I'm going to be honest, regardless of this particular person being real or this entire scenario, the scenario like this exists. That plenty of people think they have the right of way. You're probably going to see comments under this video going, well, you're wrong. You couldn't have been more wrong because of some statute in some area, some town nobody gave a shit about. There's going to always be somebody talking about how their one little area allows that. But universally overall, most places, they don't allow it because the interstate's going to be the fastest traveled area and you're coming into that faster, traffic. But yeah, that's about all I got to say. Y'all have a good one.